Okay. Bring it on. Welcome to my clinic.
Welcome to our country.
Well, thank you. Well, to start with that, that's what I want to talk about. My name is Frans Philippens. I live in the Netherlands. So I told this in my previous clinic as well. English is not my language, so I apologize if you don't understand exactly what I mean. So don't hesitate to ask me. I got a.
What was I not translate?
Yep. Thank you for being here. Okay. Like I said, I'm from the Netherlands. I work at Adams Musical Instruments. Maybe you've ever heard of it. We make percussion instruments like timpanis and microphones and brass instruments as well. I'm a woodwind technician since 26 years in the same company. The last 15 years, most of my job is working on professional flutes. That's what we're gonna talk about. And if you have any questions during this clinic, please feel free to ask. This one flute, I took some pictures for this clinic, which is a 14K brand flute. When I start with an overhaul, the first thing I'm going to do is a visual check. Checking the keys. They need to be leveled or whatever. Sometimes you will find out that the key is little bent. You might find out more often on a student flute, but you will find it on professional flutes as well. What I do, and Jeff Smith mentioned that yesterday in his clinic, and I do it exactly the same way. If you have to level a key, I use a little piece of felt to avoid any damage to the tone hole. It's really cool way to do that. Do you do the same way? Or do you use craft steel? Yeah, I always use the felt because you don't make any scratches or whatever. It's really easy, especially for this flute because we are working with we talk about silver keys and it feels different instead of silver plated keys, of course. That's the flute. That's an orchestral model, and you can see it's a little different instead of the regular ones. You'll find 3 open keys for the right hand. You'll find the closed keys for the left hand. It has a G sharp Mac as well, an E Mac, C sharp trill, and a B foot. And there is a La Fin hit joint with this flute. Anybody worked with Brennan flutes, for example, in your shop? No? You do. Okay, since you leveled all the keys and everything is in its right position, you take the keys off. So if anything needs to be done in key work, do it before you want kind of buff or whatever. So that's always the first thing you want to do is key work. That really needs to be perfect.
So the keyboard, you mean the padding as well, or?
No, I leave the pads and the corks and the felts. I leave them. That's so. It has to be done cleaning and everything. And after that, I will take the pads out. But you will find it in.
Oh, this is an overhaul.
Yeah, this is a general overall. Yeah.
How are the key sections? Have they got pins as well?
No, this is pinless. Yeah. If you have a professional flute and an overhaul with pins, you have to put them up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's really not possible to oil the inside. But like I said, this one is pinless. In fact, it's one big steel cut in two, which matches right in the middle. It's kind of different.
And the threads are on the outside, or is it?
At the outside, yeah. Straightening the keys and the steels, that's what you do at this moment. Swedging, I always use the go and no-go steels. The green is the go and the no-go side. So there's a difference of 0.02 of an inch between both sides. I use it for swedging as well, so I put this particular thing into the key and I can swedge it. I always like to oversize them a little bit, and then I'll bring them back until it's really that it matches really perfect to the post, so that you got a real. So I won't have this. So it has to match both sides between posts, but every key. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Just back to your key straightening sort of thing, especially where you've got, pinless,
Yeah.
and you've got the hinge tubes on each side. If they're not matching up, sort of thing, how do you go about getting those lined up?
So if you need to do some post alignment or whatever.
Within the key itself, you've got the hinge tubes at both ends.
Yeah.
And let's say a music stand is coming down.
You won't find that in this flutes.
Not this flute.
No.
Accidents do happen.
Of course. Well, and in that case, when it's really nasty and the key is going like this, you can put 2 rods at the end and bring them back together.
Okay.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And use a reamer afterwards to go through the key. I think that's the easiest way.
Where's your tool from?
This one came from brand, like many things I use. I order them directly at the brand factory. But I know that Jeff Smith he's working on these, so probably they will show in this catalog very soon. You can take a look at it. Any questions?
So this tool you use for, is it just for switching, or is it?
So this is a pin gauge, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's not just for swedging. It's to make the. I want to be sure that the key really fits to the steel.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between American flute makers and the Japanese, for example, because on the Japanese flute there is a little bit more space between the steel and the key. So there's always some space for some extra oil. So if there is a little something, you even won't recognize it on a Muratmatsu flute. But maximum space in this particular flute is 0.02 of an inch, and that's exactly the measurement of these steels. So that's why I use it. So that's there's a lot more how do you say I don't know.
Tolerance?
No.
Precision.
Response from the entire instrument. So you don't lose any vibrations in between the steel and the key. So you got a complete vibration through the entire instrument, and that's different instead of the Japanese style. Yeah.
So you must use very thin oil.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah.
to-
Yeah, and it's minimum. It's almost nothing.
Like water. Well,
Almost.
yeah.
Almost, yeah. So that's the go steel. You will see that this one is a little different. You will see the G-sharp mechanism I'm talking about. So you will find it on piccolos as well, like Philip Humming piccolos. So if you touch the G sharp key, the B flat, the thumb key will close halfway. So that's what this one is going to do exactly the same. So this one is a little bit extended instead of the regular flutes. Reamers. I always make my reamers out of steel. This is a Brandon, so I use Brandon steels. I bought them directly at the factory, but I do the same with the Powell and with Nakahara. At all the factories, I order steels for making reamers. So if I took my stretching tools, I have to be sure that the key has to fit everywhere. So that's the size of the original steel. So it's flat, has a sharp end, and just bring it very slowly.
Just by hand.
No, I put it in a bench motor, but yeah. I don't think you can do that by hand.
No,
It's running there. Is anybody good in this anyway? Like this?
If your keywork, if the barrel is completely straight, you know it's straight, and the rod is straight, this is after you've swedged, and you put it in, there's a little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
Can you not hold the key and the rod and just quickly go backwards and forwards with the rod and polish any inconsistency with the rod and the key, rather than using a reamer? Or as well as...
If you're going to polish, I think you are really going to expand the inside bore. In fact, it's limited, but that's exactly the size of exactly the same size as the rod. So I want to have these 0.002 of an inch tolerance. So if you're going to polish, it's not 2,000 anymore.
Okay, but if you're using that same rod but without the reaming part, would that not have the same effect?
So you switch it down first and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's because he switches it down first.
Yeah. But
And
The
then
original rod will be too tight, I guess.
okay. So would there be a case for after you've used the reamer for polishing, just by...
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
And like I said, now it's exactly the same size within these 2,000 tolerance.
Yeah. So if you look at that reamer end on, is it a D shape? You just filed off
it's
half
flat.
the diameter?
It's flat.
It's flat.
Yeah.
So you find both sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Sorry. No, it's on one side.
So
So the other side is.
So you-
Yeah.
so half.
Yeah.
So you should-
Yeah. That's correct. Any more questions? Okay, that's how it looks like. Well, sometimes you'll find some silver in this spot, but it's minimum. After reaming, I always have to check, and then I use this guy. It's ghost steel, so that tells me that the key is okay.
So the red one doesn't fit in anymore by this side?
No.
Okay.
No, that's why you have to use the reamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buffing. Who is really buffing the keys and then overall the professional flutes? Do you buff the keys?
buffing on the buffing wheel? Or?
Yeah. I never buff them on a buffing wheel. Or maybe my customer asked me to do that, and then I'll do it. I don't do it with silver keys, because this kind of flutes you will find really, really nice sharp edges everywhere. So if you put the key on a buffing wheel, you will round it a little bit, and then after 2 years the flute comes in for a new overhaul, and you're going to buff it again, and you will round it. So that's why I don't do it. So I always try to clean it, just a little polish or whatever. Sometimes it's really, really tarnished. I mean, if my customer asks me to buff it, okay, then I will do it, but not without asking. That's the same for the body.
And what with gold plate with the?
It's not gold plate.
Oh, no, sorry, on the body. What do you do with the body?
I clean it.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't buff it.
No.
So maybe you will find, sometimes you'll find real scratches, and they ask me to put them out, and then you have to buff the body. Of course.
Yes.
But it's not gold plated. It's for the,
No, it's gold, yeah.
It's for the kick. Yeah. Yeah. After reaming and everything is okay, I clean the inside with alcohol and pipe cleaner. You do it the same way? Yeah. Torn shield, that was what I used to clean the body and the keys. I use the bragging cloth as well to put it on my bench bag and clean the keys. For the body, I use the Torn shield. We discussed it in my previous clinic. It seems to be hard to get it right here.
Yes,
It's
very
I don't
really-
see it here.
Andy Bergen seems to have,
Ah, does it?
yeah,
See where it is.
yeah. So he seems to have it. That's what I told in the previous clinic. So probably you will have some different stuff.
So that works on gold as well?
Yeah, yeah, works really great on gold. Yeah. After that, and that's not shown in the picture. I know I forgot the name, so I need you now. Flux stain. What is a flux stain?
Like, not in metal, probably.
Nee, echt een steen. Een steen zoals een wegsteen, bijvoorbeeld voor mesjes. Hoe heet dat?
That's a question. I don't know. But
Anyway.
sharp is like on.
Like an oil stain.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
How do you call it?
Diamond stone or what?
Honing stone.
Yeah, like a honing stone. Maybe that's the word, like a honing stone. But it's really, really, really flat. I do every tone hole. Why? Because after polishing, the surface of the tonal will be very, very smooth and shiny. Sometimes you will experience that you have sticky pads after an overhaul. That could be the reason that the tonal is just too smooth. So that it will create some kind of a vacuum. So the pad is going to stay. So if you use that stone, that honing stone, you cross in two sides the surface. So you make, in fact, you make very, very little scratches on the surface of the tonal, and so you won't have a sticky pad. And that's a real good one. You have to try that. Sorry?
So if done that, I've never known why.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Any questions about that? You went through that before,
Yeah.
so I don't have to tell you anything about it, I guess. let's see another one. I put them on a rod, so it's not in the basket. I put them on a rod with a silicone tube to avoid any scratches on the flute. I don't want to have any scratches. So it's hanging in the basket, in fact. You do it the same way. Did you discuss it in the clinic?
Not this, no.
No?
That's good. What kind of
They put tape on it in the ultrasonic.
Sorry?
They use the blue tape in the ultrasonic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What
No,
kind
no,
of-
I don't.
Oh, this is better. That's great.
Yeah.
What kind of beer comes out of the flute in the ultrasonic? Because on the brass instrument, you can really see big clouds of rubbish.
Like the oil, which is
Oh,
still
yeah.
in the posts. How to say the polishing material,
Oh, that's why.
all that kind of stuff.
Do you use the same chemical, the same?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, now in fact, we are looking for some other stuff because yeah, we got the same problem. It's really expensive to get that stuff in Europe as well as in Australia. So we want to save some shipping costs. So we are trying to find kind of similar chemical products, and we're very close to it now. So it's only to save some shipping costs. But we're still working with the original one. Rinse with a lot of water. I always use hot water. Oh, here you can see the see it a little bit better instead of the previous. Changing pads. I love the Delrin bushings. These ones. Nowadays, all these American flutes, they come in with the Delrin bushings, but you will find the older ones. They have silver or gold bushings. I always prefer these ones because these are really airtight. Do you work with these ones? Yeah.
Easier to put in and take out.
Yeah, that's correct. But the main reason is that these are really airtight. And I really love that. Sometimes you will find that how do you call it, a chimney? Is a little too small, or with some flute which is like 30 years old, and the bushing has been grabbed 1,000 times and out. Then you have to widen it up. So you can use a steel which is a little conic steel, and you can easily expand the chimney, and then it's really airtight. I always check it with my leak section tube. You use that one? No. Sometimes you will find that you finish your overhaul is done, and you've checked every pad with your feeler gauge, and it says, "Wow, this is really perfect." And then you put it on the Mac machine, and it shows 5. I say, "Huh? What?" Well, the reason is that the bushing or the washer is going to leak. So the air that comes right in there, so it goes through the right between the pad and the key cup, comes out in here, and pops out of there. So you always have to check if the pad is airtight. Is anybody doing that?
No.
No? Ever experienced that the flute was still leaking after you checked all the, and you couldn't find a leak. So that might be the reason.
So you just put that on the pad and.
Yeah, I put it, that was my previous one. That's the section tube, the leak
Yeah.
section tube. That's the pad. I covered the hole with my finger. Put the section tube on the key on the pad, and you can easily suck it. Yeah. So when it stays there, you know that your pad is okay. There's not a little. Your pad can be a little damaged or whatever, and you always can check it like this one.
Do you ultrasonic your keys?
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, I do. But it's not shown on the picture.
Yeah.
Shims, there are a lot of different kinds of shims. With these pads, with the structured pads, I always prefer the minor shims. But these are a little different, and I always order them at Brennan. I just discussed it with Jeff Smith. He doesn't know these either, so I really don't have any idea who makes them actually. But these are a little different instead of all the other ones. These ones are, I will pass them around so you can take a look at them. These are really flat. So if you buy the other minor shims, probably if you use them, you'll find a little flare out a little bit. But these are really flat, and that's a lot of difference in your actual reading of the pen. Do you use paper shims with these pens? No. Or the minor shims.
So what do you do with the highlights of the flare out? Do they get thinner towards the end? Or-
No. This is the shim. Like this. And this is the hole. It will do a little.
Ah,
That's what they do.
from cutting them.
Yeah.
From cutting the hole.
Yeah. And you will find it on every shim. Yeah. But these no, so that's why I ordered them directly at Brennan, and I use them all the time on every flute.
Sometimes with the mylar shims, I just warm my two steel blocks.
Yeah.
Put it between, put the shim
Ah,
That helps?
between,
ah,
and it kind of irons it, and it does help. Yeah. it helps.
Really?
Yeah.
It stays? So
Yeah,
it stays
It
flat?
seems to.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
So-
try that.
Yeah, it settles it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've never
because
tried
I
that.
got a whole batch that was sort of quite marked.
Yeah.
I went, what am I going to do with these? So that's how I got.
I'm gonna try that, so maybe it's gonna save me a lot of money.
Yeah. These are expensive.
Oh yeah, these are really, you know, they come from Brennan, so it's.
Yeah, of course.
Any questions about shims or whatever? No? Yeah, that's what we just discussed now. Changing the cork and the felt and other materials. To clean the key, I use acetone with a Q-tip. So if there is any glue left on the key, it will. Yeah. You use acetone as well?
Something like it.
Sorry?
I use thinners. but-
Okay.
Paint thinners.
Okay. To put the cork on, I love to use a gel. It's a super glue. It's a rapidly, but it's a gel. I always prefer that. Activates by pressure. So I don't know if you use the same kind of product. So it's a
So
little.
it really cures very quickly. You just put it
Yeah,
on.
immediately. So as soon as you use some pressure, it stays there and
Yeah.
it stays forever. So I use put a little drop on my pin vise and spread it all over the place.
And none on the cork?
No, not on the fork.
I've looked.
And the reason, sorry.
I've looked for things, I can't find, and maybe other people have, but we've looked for it. I can find gel, but it's only in really small tubes. I can't
It's
find.
3 grams.
Yeah, but even the ones I found, at least were smaller than that.
On eBay.
How did you? The biggest,
Who asked that to put it on the cork? Who was that? You were, okay. If you glue the cork, you always have too much of glue.
Mm. Okay.
And I don't want to have glue right there and there and there. So that's why I don't glue the cork.
You don't use contact adhesive? Never used contact adhesive.
What's
No.
contact
These are
adhesive?
yours.
No,
No?
no. That's too thick.
Yeah.
That's too thick. And it's not. Well, this kind of glue is the same everywhere, but like in contact cement, it's not the same. It's sometimes it's a little thicker, and so if you squeeze it's not even everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Putting the cork on. This is the key, and this is my piece of cork I want to glue. I don't do this. I really don't want to do this because the glue will spread out everywhere. So what I'm doing is taking the cork, put it on here, and do it like that. So you will never ever have glue at the facing side of the key. So put it on there and do it like that.
You would just wipe it off if any comes out on the other side, right? Just leave
Doesn't come out.
it right as that. Put it right there.
Yeah. So there's no need to. Instead of you use too much glue,
Yeah.
you have to experience that. You need just to. It's just a little bit of glue. Spread it out very, very, very even all over the place, and you won't have any glue left. Foam. Oh, going back to the cork, I always use the crust grain cork, always, because it's really, really nice to sand. And I always cut the best parts out of the cork, so I cut it away, and the parts I use, they are really, really nice. Yeah. So it's not a pressed cork.
So it's natural cork.
It is.
Yeah.
Did you make that or was it something you bought?
I bought that. I think I bought it from David Strogan.
Wouldn't be hard to make that.
I bought a complete set. The other material I use is a foam. I really love working with that foam. It's like a Scotch foam. I use it on EMAC as well. and I use it on this particular place where it touches the thumb key, because it really slides. So if you put a cork on that particular place, you always have to sand the cork, and if you touch the key really slowly, you will experience this. But using the foam, it's gonna slide. It's a real nice feeling.
And you use contact for that?
What is that?
No,
That's just a.
that's this. I use this kind of glue
For the phone.
for the foam. Yeah.
Where's that from?
Loctite.
No,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Reynolds.
Yeah, it's similar. Well, I got it from it's from local thing. I really don't know how to call it. But
And it's just called, what do you call it? Foam?
yeah, it's a foam.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe use the foam blocks. I don't know if you use the foam blocks.
For
The tails and the key tails, where they hit the body.
Oh, like
the flute.
So does the super glue not work on this phone, or why do you use the contact here on?
Because it's too noisy.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. This is really soft. There is I don't know latex.
Latex.
Yeah, latex.
Latex, yeah.
Okay.
Latex.
Okay. It's latex glue. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions about it? I use thousands of razor blades. I saw them many times when an instrument has been prepared somewhere else, and you see the corks like this. Oh no, why? Just use it once or maybe twice, and then I throw it away. I use a block as well, a little to support the key. Then I can make a real nice cut. Do you use a block as well? It's not. See the
Plastic block as well?
Yeah, it's a kind of plastic. It's really hard, so it's just a support. Do you use it as well? Especially in the foam. And that's how it looks like. With a real nice knife. Sharp edges, that's how I want it. And this one is, it's like this. So because I wanna sand the core afterwards. Then it's easier.
Which key is that?
The D, low D key.
Oh, of course.
The valve is the same story, but this valve I ordered at Brennan because it's a cowboy hand. I will pass this valve around, and you will see that it's really sharp. You can cut it like I've never seen such a great fell from whatever supplier. But this is a cowboy hat. It's a $1,200 cowboy hat. It's ridiculous. It is, and it's really really nice to sand. It's really easy. So yeah, it is really firm. And
One angry cowboy.
we're talking about US dollars.
So you can sand it just with sandpaper?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really really cool. This is the kind of sandpaper I always use. I will pass it around as well. It's really cool. Maybe you have to write it down. It's a 3M. It's a 3M sandpaper, and the number is 272L. 272L. It's 40 micron. What you can see in the picture, this one, that's the sandpaper. This particular part is it's a piece of post-it paper. So I want to avoid discoloring of the foam, because the foam part is on top of the core part, and I don't want to scratch the foam. I want to leave it the way it is. And I don't want to have to discolor it or whatever. So it's just a little piece of protection to protect the cork valve. So I put it in between the two parts, and I just can put it and pull out the sandpaper. That's an action shot. You can see it. Is that clear? Make sense to you? Using this particular sandpaper, you will find it in my next picture. You got a real nice straight cork. Using other sandpaper, your cork will do like this, or it's impossible to make a real nice straight cork. It's really impossible, as far as I know. So that's my encouragement. Blue tape. Do you blue tape your instruments? Some? Edge on, yeah. And when you're sanding, when you have to sand the cork? No? I always protect the body. You know, it's a 14K body, but I don't want to scratch a silver body as well, so I always blue tape it. Are you familiar with the blue tape? Any questions about sanding? You don't have any questions.
Why, sorry, you might have said that, but why do you use the cross-grain cork?
Because it's you will find the small pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. Press cork will stay that stable.
Okay.
And this is really stable. It's almost like wood.
Yeah.
And it's really hard and really firm and really consistent. And you won't find that with another piece of.
Because it's got the little spots in it.
Yeah, and I cut it away.
Yeah. Where do you get that? I've seen cross-grain cork, but only very thin. I've never seen it this thick.
It's available in 5 different sizes.
Oh, where from? Also very.
Jeff Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I got this from Jeff.
Yeah.
And I use it on saxophones, and I use it all the
Alright,
time.
yeah.
It's really cool. It stays forever. You see, that's the result of using these products. It's really cool. So it's impossible with another kind of cork, because press cork, you will have holes everywhere, and
Yeah.
it's impossible to make it a real straight cork. And this is very stable, so I use it on every instrument. And you will find this same system on all the power flutes that are made nowadays. You'll find them on Haynes, you'll find this system on other Harrow flutes. Because it's really stable. You don't have any adjusting screws or whatever. Questions? Using my Mac machine, I use it all the time. So my first reading is with a leak light. I use a red leak light. It tells me where you will find the leaks. Then I will start with partial shimming. Then I need to check with my feeler gauge. And when I'm done with that, I always check it on a Mac machine. Do you use Mac machines? So if you don't have one, you really need to have one. Use it on clarinets. I use it on all bows. Always. The Mac machine doesn't lie. It's always telling the truth.
Do you use it after every key put on?
Every key, yeah. Yeah, that's why I plug it.
Yeah.
I use that for every key, yeah. And why? If you set a complete instrument, and it's leaking, you have to start all over again. So it's come really quick because you don't have any questions. Yeah.
I've got a question about oiling. So when you're reassembling, for instance, the right-hand key section,
Yeah.
because the tolerances are so fine, are you putting the oil in the barrel as you're putting it together? Because I would have thought it would push the oil out the other end of the barrel.
Again, sorry, I don't
So
understand the question.
for oiling the mechanism,
Oiling, sorry.
and for instance the right-hand section,
Yeah.
because you have multiple
Yeah.
keys on one rod,
Yeah.
are you oiling that keywork as you're assembling it on the flute?
Yeah. On this particular instrument, I use dummy steels. So it's a long steel, but when I'm finished, then I take the original one and I do a little bit of oil in the first key. So and I will spread it all over the rest, and that's okay. It's just one little drop, and it fits in all the.
Okay.
Spreads itself when you put it.
Spreads out of all the keys, yeah.
So if you put a drop of oil on each junction, that's over-oiling too much.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. This 2,000th of an inch,
Yeah.
so it's one. I put my oiler and just one little drop in the D key because it's the first key at the end, and I will spread it all over the keys. That's absolutely overhauling by oil every key. Absolutely.
And can you tell me where you were putting that foam again, please? Like the thin foam?
This one.
This is the
Yeah.
the bottom key.
Yeah.
So it's the. Well, maybe I can go back. This is the bottom key, and that's the top key. So the bottom key is the cork, and the top key, you will find it.
Underneath there.
There it
Is
is,
that on the,
on the top key.
okay, yeah,
That's where it is, right here.
yeah.
Maybe you can see the.
So like the long
difference
B,
in
is
color
the
and-
long B flat?
Sorry?
Is it, what is it, B?
That's the.
So the F sharp.
Yeah,
F sharp,
for the
back
F sharp,
of the
that's,
F sharp.
that's where the B
Sorry.
flat key comes.
Yeah, ah, yeah, gotcha.
So the
Yeah.
B flat key is.
And you put it on the B flat as well? I assume?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Good, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Maybe you can see the difference in color.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's even hard to see in this one. Yeah.
Okay. So you put cork on the top of the bottom one,
Yeah.
and the foam on the bottom of the top one.
Yeah,
and then,
that's correct.
and then you put the thicker foam on the underneath.
No,
Where it touches the body?
that's felt. That's the same felt.
Oh, the felt, black
yeah,
felt.
that's the black one. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Because it's really, really nice to sand it. It's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah,
you got real edges after
Yeah.
sanding.
Gotcha.
That's incredible.
yeah,
You
yeah.
won't find that with
Or
other
stairs too.
Yeah.
kind of felt.
Okay, yeah.
It's always.
Yeah, fluffy,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why I'm using this one.
sure. And
Do you
you,
buy that in a sheet, do you? A sheet of.
No, like I said, it's a cowboy hat.
It's actually a cowboy
So I
hat.
got pieces out of the head.
Yeah, he wasn't lying.
Oh, really?
No.
You have to kill the cowboy first.
Shoot.
Shoot him, yeah.
So this goes to go to
thank you.
Okay.
Okay, always what
So the foam block plastic
Yeah,
around
that's
it.
it.
Yeah,
I put it on the tails of the foot joint.
okay.
Yeah. And the C key.
Yep, the high, the
the
left hand
tail.
C.
Yeah, left hand C.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's
do you
it.
cut a small bit off it or something? Or how do you use that? Because it's so thick.
Well, maybe it's worth a shot. I cut it. Can you see it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So I cut it right here. So I got 2.5 millimeter
Mhm.
part. So that's I cut it in little pieces, and then I will put it on the tail, and you cannot sand it.
Right,
So you have to cut it right away.
okay.
Yeah.
And do you put that on, what about the feet of the right hand stack? Like the back of the D and the black stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the right hand side.
Yeah,
So you only
I
get
mean, like,
three
yeah.
tails. You only get 3 real tails in this flute. So that's the C, and that's the left hand C,
Left-hand C, yeah.
and on the foot joint C and B.
Yeah.
Because it's beadless, so the other ones all look like that.
Ah,
The
right.
right hand keys look like that. And they all-
That's why you don't have tails.
Okay, thank you.
But like I said, you will find this system on new powers and
Yeah,
everywhere. Because it's really, really stable. And that's the only reason.
yeah.
Just ask a question about the bushes, the door or plastic bushes
Yeah.
that you use. So do they come in different radiuses?
Yeah.
So when you, for example, when you do that one or a different flute, you have to find one that fits the radius, I guess.
Jeff Smith again, he sells them in all the sizes.
So you just have a selection and you find.
Yeah, they come in boxes with, I think, 8 different sizes or 10 sizes. Yeah. So it's like an assortment of boxes.
Yeah, I've been using some metal ones, but I've started using the Dura ones, but I just need to get a bigger selection of sizes, I think.
Well, J.L. Smith, he sells them. Yeah. Head corks. I always change them, except on this flute because it's Lafayette head joint, which has a completely different head cork. So these are two parts of it's two silicone rings with it's a dome cork. So I don't change it, but on all the other head joints, I change the head cork. This one comes from Musicmatic. It's a real nice quality. It's since 6 or 7 months. Yes, this one is stock. It's a pro head cork. That's how it's called. It's a real nice quality. I've been searching for many years to find a real good quality, and I discussed that with Kurt, and he sold me some corks and said, I'm not really happy with these. And he said, wait till next April, which was last April in fact. Then I got the new ones, and that's what I did, and it's really nice.
Do you just put them in like that, or do you curve them like on this plate?
I curve them, always.
You curve them, okay.
Always, yeah. Because the top end of the head joint is curved as well. So I always curve them. Put them in my bench motor.
Oh, you mean taper that put.
Yeah, sorry. And I curve them at the top and taper them as well. So that's how it's. That's the cork. Wow, real skills. Yeah. And I'm a technician now. So what I'm doing is, that's what I'm doing. So I send it in my batch motor. And this particular part is, well, like this curved. Sorry, paper. Well, excuse me, like that. That's what it is. Does that make sense?
Yep. Can you say
Because-
it again? Sorry, I was too busy talking about that.
No. Sure. I send it down in my bench motor.
Yep.
So it's tapered after sanding, because your head joint is tapered as well.
Yeah,
So if you put a straight cork in a tapered head joint,
Yeah.
why?
Yes.
Why should you do that? And that's what I do always. So it starts. This is the
Yeah.
top end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And what about the shape of that particular cork? So that's got the curve in it.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that on normal corks as well?
No.
What's the reason? Why do they do that?
I never
I guess
asked
it's
him.
just the vibration, it's to do with vibration, I guess, because there's less contact with the cork.
Yeah, but I really don't understand that, because not every flute is really happy with that. We sell a lot of Lafayette head joints in our shop, and sometimes they are missing, and then I change the head for it
So you just a normal one?
to a normal one. Yeah, but it depends on the player.
Yeah.
So if they don't have any questions about the head joint, I leave it. I leave that cork. And all the other ones I change them with every overhaul or COA or whatever. So I always check the head cork with every flute that comes in our shop. Always, and you should do that with every flute.
I've seen some head corks come in when you take them out and then people have put like wax or something on them. Do you put anything on your head cork or do you just
Yeah, I seal the cork with paraffin wax.
paraffin wax? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
They have to seal
So
Yes.
that's the outside of the cork.
the outside of the cork. Yeah.
And do you put anything in the center of the cork? You put the cork barrel off?
No,
Or
I glue them with shellac, liquid shellac.
Yeah.
So at the bottom.
bottom and the top?
Yeah, at the bottom and the top. So it's glued always. So it's gonna stay forever.
Yeah.
Just a little drop,
Yeah.
and that's enough.
Do you have any thoughts about the length of the cork? Some flutes come in and some of the cork's cut down. It's not like a standard length like that one or a Yamaha cork.
Yeah,
Is that done for any particular reason?
I think so. I think because
You do?
the technician who cut the cork down, I think he didn't want to change it. So maybe he tightened the screw, and the cork will have a different shape. Like I don't know. And then is to cut it down. I think that's the reason, because there's no other reason to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, so instead of if it comes out of the factory, then the head joint maker, he wants it for some reason, he wants it like that. And all the other brands, the regular brands, no, put it in like the way.
Same size.
Yeah, the same size.
So it's nothing to do with resonance, that you would make it smaller.
Yeah, but maybe it changes, but you will find it. You won't find it on professional flutes. So I won't find it on professional flutes. If I see a cork like that, it's always on a student flute. So, and there's no reason to do that on a Jupiter or an Emerson, or there's really no reason to do that. And if there is a reason to do that, then they need another head joint.
There are other things you can worry about first.
Absolutely. Questions about corks?
Well, just out of interest, Yamaha head corks come with the chamfers already
Yeah.
cut, which is useful.
Yeah, but you can order them at Pisoni or wherever already, but they're way more expensive. So it's a second on your bench order, and you're done. So why do you want to pay more for that?
Get your camera ready.
Doesn't sound like fun.
In an hour, okay. An hour or two. No, I won't pay any extra for that. But yeah, final check. Check everything from the bottom to the end. Everything. It's a visual check as well. It really has to look beautiful as if it's a new instrument. So clean it, fingerprints. You don't want to leave it in the case with fingerprints. Play test. You don't have to be a real good professional flute player to test the flute, but you have to check it. No finger pressure. Use them. You just use the weight of your fingers, and that's it. Never ever use any pressure. I don't clamp the keys on professional flute after changing the pads. We put soft pads on student flutes. I will clamp them after the flute is done. But I never do it on a professional flute, because there's no reason to do that. It seals, closes, all the pads, they really close everywhere around 100%. So there's no reason to use any key clamps. There's no reason to do that. Case cleaning. Who cleans the cases? Who does? Wow, cool. Yeah, every instrument that comes into our shop, we clean the cases. It's the wow factor, isn't it? So if your client opens the case, wow, that's cool. Yeah, it is as well. The instrument has to fit into the case as well. You will see, especially with this kind of flutes used by professional players, they use them every day, all the time. So you will find that the flute is moving in the case. I use the same kind of felt in a black case, and I got all different kinds of colors. So just put a little piece of felt in the case to make the flute or the head joint to fit really, really well in the case. So it has to be really, really stable. Your flute is adjusted, it's in a perfect condition, and you give it to your client and then it's waggling around it won't stay that stable. So make it really, really tight fit. Do you do that already?
What about putting something that's going up and down also, as well as this way?
You can, oh, we don't have the flute. You can put a little piece of felt on the barrel and on the, how's it called?
Ten?
Yeah, at the bottom, at the bottom tenon. You can put a little piece of felt in the,
Usually the case.
yeah.
A lot of times that G sharp key sits on that little ridge between the head joint and the foot joint.
Then the G sharp key is out of adjustment.
Yeah.
Or is that the original case? So,
So sometimes I find it is the ridge, but it's sunk down, and so, you know, the flute twists back and forth
yeah.
inside the
Like a
case.
seesaw.
Yeah, but if you, like I said, a little piece of felt that holds it.
Sell them a new case.
But sometimes people that just don't want a new case, I do it with just the new flutes, but most of the time they want the original case, and then you have a little piece of felt or whatever.
I was reading I was going through some old technical magazines the other day, and I haven't tried this myself, but I just read something someone had written in, and it's about cleaning, so it's more relevant to clarinets, like the cork grease, right on the valve, you'll get the cork grease and stuff.
Yeah.
Someone had written in, said to put a brush on like a hand drill or something, like I guess they meant like a fine wire brush, and just go over it and it cleans all the felt up, gets all the cork grease up.
Okay.
So I haven't tried it,
I haven't tried it.
but someone had written in that tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looks messy.
Yeah, it does. No, it always annoys me the cork grease on the inside. The velvet.
It's ugly.
Yeah, the velvet.
And that's how the instrument is our shop. It's a microfiber thing. Some Chinese company make them for 3 cents each. So it's nothing. It looks nice and
Do you use that as anti-tarnish paper?
no, not anymore because we use it in our shop when the flute stays there.
Yeah.
Then we use the anti-tarnish strips. But no, not when the flute comes in for repair. No. No. So this is not anti-tarnish, just
Yeah.
microfiber. So, and because you don't have that many questions, I think we are finished already. So, yeah. Instead, maybe you have some questions now. I don't know.
What about leveling tone holes? anything
These
there?
are all solid tone holes.
Yeah.
So, with a regular overhaul, you don't have to deal with that. But sometimes you have to. And I got a real nice tool for leveling tone holes. And I think that Jeff sells it as well. I got the old model. Do you know who? He's a horn. Maybe you know that. He's a horn player. He did many clinics in the US. Wasn't it?
Schmidt?
Yeah.
Jim Schmidt.
No, it's not. It's not Jim Schmidt.
Engineering, Jim Schmidt Engineering. He has those flute and all facing tools.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Was it Jim Schmidt? Okay. But I think Jeff Smith, he sells that tool. It's like what's a stomach?
Stand.
Oh, okay. It's a stand, a wooden stand with a rod like that, and there are some holes inside.
It's called the flute station.
Yeah.
one
The
you
flute
got.
station. Okay.
That's
Okay.
what
You put bolts in and
Yeah.
you can.
Adjust it from the bottom.
Yeah, that's
And then you
correct.
rub the time on the.
That's
It's
it.
called the flute station.
You don't know that tool?
No, I think I've seen it on the website, but I haven't really used it.
That's really cool. That's what we use.
It's really good.
Yeah.
With it, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you just get, you can buy the whole station, but even if you just get the rod with the holes in it, and the
Okay.
holes, you can clamp it in your vise or something, or use
Yeah.
it on its own, because the whole station is quite expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I use the most, just the rod
With the holes.
balls, different balls in it.
Oh.
You
So
can't
there are
rub-
3 different sizes of bolts, and
Okay.
you can adjust them into the rod. So you have to find the right spot and on the tonal.
Yeah.
So and you want to lift it up,
Lift it up.
and that's what you're actually doing.
Okay, yeah.
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 And it's really great. But like you said, it's quite expensive.
The whole station is, yeah, but the rod itself is not.
Oh, I don't know. I bought this
Yeah.
thing, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
You can also buy the pipes separately.
Great, thank you.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
From Gelsmith.
So I never ever filed tonal, so you will see that many times, especially on drawn tonals.
Yes.
They're nice shape and you're gonna kill. It's a tonal killer.
Yes, yeah,
So I never do that.
thank
Can
you.
I just quickly ask you a technique for gluing on the paper adjustments in the keys on handmade flutes where there's no screw adjustment, obviously?
Yeah.
The key adjustment, I'm not sure what you would call it, but you would glue,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
glue bits of paper in there, I guess.
Yes.
So just quickly, your technique, what sort of glue do you use, and do you actually
Shellac.
use shellac, and do you use an oversized piece of paper and sand it back?
No. I measure the paper.
So you measure the paper, so what you're trying to do is
Actually, I measure the space between the.
yeah. So you're trying to get an exact piece of paper
Yeah.
that fits.
Yeah.
And if it's not quite right, you'll remove it and put in another one, or try a different size paper.
One, just one. I use the shims,
Yeah.
paper shims,
Alright.
and I cut a piece out of the shim, and put it right in between till I find the right thickness.
So you obviously have to have a lot of different thicknesses to be exact.
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, but it's quite easy to measure. So if you
So if you're using those shims, you're using those plastic shims.
yeah, that's just a sample. So just to
Or
say
do you use paper shims?
I use for the adjustment space. I use the paper shims.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. With shellac, they stay with shellac.
The shellac.
Be careful with oiling. They don't like oil. Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Well, you will find that instrument very often in your shop, so that's
Yeah.
depends on you what you would like to do.
The shellac takes a little while to dry as well, doesn't it? So you,
Yeah, but it stays.
yeah.
It will stay. Yeah. You don't. It's impossible to use the adjustment screw to silence. You can put a piece of paper
Yeah.
underneath the screw to silence. So if you're gonna tighten the screw, you will
Yeah.
Move the paper.
move the paper.
Mm.
But in all the other cases, you can put it in there and it will dry. Yeah.
And you use a thin, because I use shellac glue for sax pads, that's a bit thicker than that, so you use it using a thin shellac.
Liquid.
Yeah, it's a liquid shellac made by flakes and alcohol.
That's what
Mix
I-
it up.
That's what I use, but I use it quite thick, so you need to be thin.
Well, I put a little drop on my pin vise,
Yeah.
spread it over the paper, and put another piece of paper and you tap it on the paper, so
Most of
there's-
it comes
Pull it
off.
off.
yeah. So that there's
Not
no,
much there.
no.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And after that, I put it between the keys and close the key and
And
it
just leave it
stays.
for a bit till it dries.
Well, it stays, because there's nothing in between. I put it on another piece of paper, so there's no, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing, just enough to stick. It will stay. So that's, I do it for many years like that. And it will stay. Any more questions?
I think maybe it was Brian Russell you were trying to think of
Yeah.
before. But also when I had to step out of the room for a moment. When you talked about shimming, are you securing your shims into the cup?
Yeah.
And what technique are you using?
The paper shims.
Yeah.
Yeah, paper shims, with shellac.
Okay. And
And I do it in the
that-
same way, exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just put it on a piece of paper. That was just a little amount of shellac. So
And
to
with
avoid
your synthetic shims, do you secure those at all?
no,
or
I
they're
don't.
just in there?
I don't do them. No.
So they're held by static essentially?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I do it. So I guess we're finished. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.